I woke up in the morning, everything started spinning, and it's this violent, the room goes like a spiral into space. You know, you feel like you're flying off the bed. I knew immediately what it was because this is my job.
Schwindel kann durch eine Funktionsstörung des Innenohres oder dessen Verbindungen mit Schaltzentralen im Gehirn hervorgerufen werden. Durch eine gezielte neurologische Untersuchung kann die Störung lokalisiert werden. Je nach Befund kann die Behandlung sofort erfolgen oder, falls erforderlich, eine weitergehende Abklärung eingeleitet werden. Die häufigste Ursache ist der Lagerungsschwindel. Dieser entsteht durch Ablagerungen in einem der 3 Bogengänge im Innenohr. Dies führt dazu, dass bei jedem Lagewechsel, meistens beim Hinlegen, Aufsitzen und beim Rückwärtsneigen des Kopfes, kurze Attacken von Drehschwindel auftreten. Die Untersuchung zielt darauf ab, den betroffenen Bogengang zu identifizieren. Dabei wird der Patient in verschiedene, auch schwindelauslösende Positionen gelagert. Während und unmittelbar nach dem Positionswechsel werden die Augen mit der Frenzelbrille untersucht. Mit dieser Brille können unwillkürliche Augenbewegungen besser demaskiert werden. Kann die Diagnose eines Lagerungsschwindels gestellt werden, so erfolgt die Behandlung, ein sogenanntes Repositionsmanöver, in der gleichen Sitzung. Dafür wird der Patient wieder auf das Ohr, welches betroffen ist, gelagert. Der Kopf muss etwas tiefer als der Oberkörper sein. Anschließend wird der Kopf unter regelmäßigem Beklopfen des Knochens hinter dem betroffenen Ohr schrittweise zur anderen Seite gedreht. Danach wird der Patient wieder aufgesetzt. Eine Kontrolllagerung zeigt, ob das Repositionsmanöver erfolgreich war. Wenn nötig, kann dieses wiederholt werden. Bei erfolgreicher Reposition treten die Schwindelbeschwerden in den meisten Fällen nicht mehr auf.
So we have the cochlea, the hearing part of the ear, and then we have the semicircular canals, the spinning sensors. So what happens is the particles that are in the utricle can sometimes get into this opening. When you lie down in bed at night, the particles can just fall in by gravity, and then when you sit up in the morning, they get all the way down here to the bottom of the ear. But when the particles build up to a big enough clump that they form a piston in the canal, then when you move your head like this, the particles move a sensor in this structure, and you feel that as spinning. And I knew that the particles were here, located in this ring. And so I had to figure out how to get them out. So I made a little model with my hands like this, and I twisted and turned it, figuring out a new way to do it. And I realized if I went forward, I could get the particles out. I made up the half somersault, did it, came up, and it was gone.
Video 1 shows the Dix-Hallpike maneuver and the typical pattern of nystagmus in benign paroxysmal positional vertigo involving the right posterior semicircular canal. With the patient upright, the head is turned to the right side about 45 degrees. Then the patient is moved from the sitting to the supine head-hanging position with the head about 20 degrees below the end of the examination table. During this maneuver, the orientation of the right posterior semicircular canal lies in the sagittal plane, and the free-floating otolithic debris in the posterior canal move down and away from the ampulla. The resulting nystagmus is upbeating and torsional, with the upper poles of both eyes beating toward the lowermost right ear.
Look over here. See, it's essentially downward beating. So, okay, over here. Now, I wonder if you get reversed. Up you come again, looking straight ahead at the wall in front of you. The wall in front. There she goes the other way. Eyes open, eyes open, eyes open. You see how it reversed the other way. That's the problem, huh? Head over this way. Down we go on the left again. Eyes open, looking at my finger. Turn your head this way. Look at my finger. So she's getting it every time. Not as bad this time. Look at my finger. So there is some habituation, you see. Better every time you do it.
Video 2 shows a positional geotropic beating toward the ground nystagmus during the supine roll test in benign paroxysmal positional vertigo of the right horizontal semicircular canal. The patient is moved from the sitting to the supine position and then the head turned to the left ear down position. As the free-floating otolithic debris moves away from the cupula of the right horizontal canal, a left-beating geotropic nystagmus develops. Next, turning the head to the right ear down position, a slightly stronger right-beating geotropic nystagmus.
Guardi a destra, centro, sinistra, centro. Guardi al centro, c'è niente. Niente, vero?
No.
Eccolo. Vai.
Veloce o no?
Normale, va abbastanza, ecco, brava, così. Guardi al centro.
Sì, no, però...
Guardi al centro, bravo. Guardi al centro, bravo. C'è?
Non lo vedo da qui, professore.
Rapido.
Ecco, ora comincia.
Apra gli occhi, bravo.
Come va?
Ora è fermo. Ora ti romperà al contrario.
This quick guide video provides an overview of OVEMP testing. It is supported by 4 further quick guide videos which cover OVEMP testing in more detail. The ocular vestibular evoked myogenic potential, otherwise known as the OVEMP, is an evoked potential measured from the inferior oblique muscle and is used to assess the vestibular system. Despite there still being debate about its exact origin, it is thought to be largely dependent on the utricle and the integrity of the superior vestibular nerve. The OVEMP can be elicited by either an acoustic, vibration, This quick guide video provides an overview of how to analyze an OVEMP recording. Here is an example of a real live recording of an OVEMP. In this example, we begin stimulating the left ear at 100 dB NHL. Notice that within very few sweeps, we are able to obtain a large OVEMP response which is distinguishable from the background noise. This quick guide video provides an overview of CVEMP testing. It is supported by 4 further quick guide videos which cover CVEMP testing in more detail. The term CVEMP stands for cervical vestibular evoked myogenic potential. It is an evoked potential measured from the sternocleidomastoid muscle and is used clinically to assess the vestibular system. The CVEMP pathway is well documented, and it is believed that the CVEMP tests the integrity of the saccule as well as the inferior vestibular nerve. The CVEMP can be elicited by either an acoustic, vibratory, or galvanic stimulus. Clinically, the most common method of recording the CVEMP is through using an acoustic stimulus, such as a 212 or 222 tone burst at a loud intensity, usually around 95 dB NHL. The response is then recorded using surface electrodes at 4 sites on the head and neck. The most common electrode montage is to record from the clavicular joint, forehead, and each sternocleidomastoid muscle. In order to record a CVEMP, it is important to maintain a contracted sternocleidomastoid muscle. The patient is instructed to turn their head to either the left or the right, depending on which side is stimulated. The patient can then monitor their muscle contraction visually by using a patient EMG monitor or audibly by using an EMG monitor tone. The CVEMP response is well documented and is said to be represented by 2 distinct peaks, P1 occurring at approximately 13 milliseconds and N1 occurring at approximately 23 milliseconds. The latency of these waveforms is of course dependent on the design of the stimulus chosen to elicit the CVEMP. Furthermore, it is recommended to use EMG scaling to ensure even muscle contraction. The amplitude, latency, and threshold can all be measured and interpreted with the CVEMP. However, the most robust parameter to analyze is the amplitude ratio between right and left ears. It has been documented that a difference of 36% is indicative of dysfunction. Through combining the CVEMP with additional tests of vestibular function, clinicians can use the information from this test
to assist in the diagnosis of disorders such as superior semicircular canal dehiscence, saccular dysfunction, as well as disorders of the inferior vestibular nerve. This concludes this quick guide video on CVEMP testing.
slowly as you maintain your pose. Your posture's fantastic. Perfect. Feel your waist stretching. Great job. Keep it up.
Keep breathing even as you tighten your muscles. Practicing every day will help tone your body. Don't hold your breath, it will raise your blood pressure.
Try to keep your center of gravity within the yellow area. Practicing every day will help tone your body. 1, 2.
have the cochlea, the hearing part of the ear, and then we have the semicircular canals, the spinning sensors. So what happens is the particles that are in the utricle can sometimes get into this opening. When you lie down in bed at night, the particles can just fall in by gravity, and then when you sit up in the morning, they get all the way down here to the bottom of the ear. But when the particles build up to a big enough clump that they form a piston in the canal, then when you move your head like this, the particles move a sensor in this structure, and you feel that as spinning. And I knew that the particles were here, located in this ring. And so I had to figure out how to get them out. So I made a little model with my hands like this, and I twisted and turned it, figuring out a new way to do it. And I realized if I went forward, I could get the particles out. I made up the half somersault, did it, came up, and it was gone. So you start on your knees, and you tip your head straight up to look at the ceiling. And you hold that position for a few seconds. You'll usually feel a little bit of a spinning when you do that. That helps start the particles moving. Then you put your head completely upside down, tucking your chin a little bit so your head isn't perfectly vertical. It's actually tucked under slightly towards your knees. So during that time, you turn your head towards your right elbow if you're going to treat the right ear. If you're treating the left ear, you turn the head to face your left elbow. The side that you get the most dizzy when you're lying down and rolling over. So if you roll over to your right, and that makes the spin, and you roll to your left and it goes away or it's not as bad, then you have it in your right ear. In that position, the particles will start to move and you will feel the spinning. You wait for all the spinning to stop, or you can count to 30 and then very quickly raise your head to back level. So your head and your back are on the same level, but you're keeping your head turned at that 45-degree angle. Then you again wait for the spinning to stop, 15 to 30 seconds, and then you bring your head fully upright so that you end up kneeling again. And in that position, the particles should leave the ear. But sometimes it takes 4 or 5 repetitions. The safest thing is to repeat it with 15-minute breaks between each attempt, because that allows the particles to fully settle out away from the opening.